screen of your user management application. You can select your application, which is the Vprp application. This means that you're creating, the user that you're creating is for the Vprp application. So there are two major modules here. One gives you the ability to search and find your user, and the second one gives you the ability to add a new user. So since I have logged in through a state's credentials, my primary role is to create a district user admin. So to create a district user admin, you will go, open your application and you will go to add user, which you can see on your left hand side. You will give your user a name. So here I will give Bihar district admin 002. And you are supposed to provide a mobile number of your user. So one thing to keep in mind is that the red color asterisk mark is basically symbolizing that these two fields are mandatory. So a username is a mandatory field and so is the mobile number. You cannot leave these two unfilled and try to fill the form. If you do, the form will not be accepted. Then we are also recording the email ID and secondary mobile number in case there is a secondary mobile number, but these two fields are non-mandatory. So if for now you do not have the email ID or the mobile number, you can leave these empty, but try and fill in as much information as you can. The second, then the fifth step here is that you provide a login address to your user. So here, because I'm creating a block level admin for Bihar, so I'm going to call it block admin. And I'll be block admin and I'll give it to you. So you can, the login ID that you give to your user should be very simple. It should be something that the user can remember. As opposed to that, the password, you can make it a little complicated as per your convenience, because the purpose of a password is to maintain security. So once you enter the password, you are required to re-enter the password once again to confirm the password. Then here you can see there's another important function to perform here is to select the application role. The application role that I am talking about here is the user admin. So I'm going to create a district level user admin. So I will select user admin from the list. At district level, please keep in mind that you cannot create any of the users below user admin at district and block level. So for state, district, and block, the only role that is applicable here is the user admin. Since I have logged in through the Bihar state login ID, my state is coming autofilled. This is the geographical location. Now I'm going to create
You are not audible, Shuchi.
You're on mute, Shuchi.
Hello. I'm audible now, right?
It's fine. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. So now we just saw how to add a district level admin. We'll see how to search when I've created a user at the district level. As a state, how I can search for a district level user admin. So here you can see there's a list of users that I've created through this login. The bottom most, if you see, is the block, is the district level user. Now I have, what I've done is I've given the user ID of a block, if you can see. So here there's another function where you can go and just a second. Yeah, so I believe this is the user that I have created. So once you go on search, you can select your user and you will see the role that you have provided to that user. So here for Bihar district, I have given the role of user admin to this user. So this is another feature that the application is providing here. If you want to select, if you want to see your user, if let's say there's a long list of users here and you cannot find the user, like a little while I was finding it difficult to find my user. So if you cannot really find the user, what you can do is you can just select the application role, provide the login ID or the user name or the phone number, whichever field you remember, and you will be able to search your user based on these fields. You can also select the geography of your user. So if I click on find and search, I will be given the users that I have created so far. So these are all the dummy users. In your case, there will be only the applicable district users who are you have created as a state admin. So I am going to enter through my district user. I'll log out from here. So now as a district user, I have logged in as a district user now. The action that I will perform is the same. Here as a district user, what I'm supposed to do is I'm supposed to create a block level user. I will again provide the mobile number. If I have an email ID, I can provide the email ID or I can just leave the email ID. I will provide a login credential to this user. Then I will provide a password to this user. I'll re-enter my password. I will select the role of user admin since we are creating the block level user admin. Here you can see again the state is coming pre-filled, the district is also coming pre-filled. Since the district that I have logged in is Gopalganj, that is also coming pre-filled. I will now select Bijaypur. So let's create a block user for Bijaypur. If I add a user here, my user has been created now. Same function for search you can perform again. You can select your user. You can give your login ID. You can give your phone number. And you can just go and click on find and search. So because of rain, because of the weather, the internet connection is pretty bad here. So I think that's why it's taking a little time. So I'll just, the function is pretty much the same. I'll just move forward. So I've added a user for the block and I'm going to log in through the block user now. One thing that I will just request all the users, if in case your CAPTCHA is not coming instantly on your screen, just click on this refresh. These two arrows that you see, just click on this button and the CAPTCHA will definitely come after that. So I'm going to click here.
అది నిన్న మొన్న మీరు సెల్ కాన్ఫరెన్స్ వచ్చింది కదా అదే ఫుడ్ ప్రాసెస్ ఏమంత డైరెక్ట్.
So So here you can see I have entered the same application. I'm going to add, I will create now a SHG level user. So this something that you need to remember here is for the entitlement, SHG life, VPR, GP, CRP, Vprp. So as per the new CVLP rules, we have added the 6 categories here. So whichever level of user you are creating, you can just select from here. So I will select a SHG CRP live Vprp entitlement.
Madam, you
I
are
will
not
provide a
audible
user.
at that time. Can you repeat this again?
Okay. So I'll just repeat that. Since I have entered from a block level admin, as you can see here, we are trying to create the users below block level for Bihar. Now, the role given to the block admin is that they can create 6 level users. They can create 6 level users. One is SHG, CRP, Vprp entitlement, SHG, CRP livelihood, and so on and so forth for VO and GP also. So these are the 6 level users. You can look at these. And here what I'm doing is I'm trying to create a user for SHG CRP. This is a role that I'm providing to my user, SHG CRP VPRP entitlement. So I'll just call this SHG E test. I will again provide a phone number to this user. I will provide a login ID. And then I'll provide a password to this user. So here for the geography of this user, you can see that the state, district and block, all 3 are pre-selected. They are appearing here automatically. Now, the first function that I will do here is, I have been given the geography this user belongs to. I have to assign a CBO to this particular user. Since we are talking about the SHG level user, so we will be assigning the CBO till SHG. So I'll first select a GP here. So I will, so this screen that you see here is basically, these are all the GPs that exist in this particular block. If I select this particular GP, I will then click on this right side arrow. And from left, my GP will move to the right, which means that I am creating a user for this particular GP. I will click on OK. Now you can see my one GP has been selected for this user. Here, there are the VOs that are there. There might be some dummy VOs that have been created for this particular GP. So you can see these are the list of VOs that exist under this particular GP. So I will select the VO that I want to that I want to create this user for. I will click on OK. My VO has been selected. Now I will select the SHGs. So I can select as many number of SHGs as I want to here. But I think we have already mentioned in the presentation that there's a limit of 30 SHGs that can be assigned to one role. So I've selected 4 SHGs here, and I'm transferring those SHGs to the existing SHGs from the existing SHGs to the selected SHGs. I will click on OK. So as you can see, this particular user from Bihar, Gopalganj district, Bijapur block has been assigned 4 SHGs in their role. I will just add this user. My user has been added successfully. I will go to the search engine. Now let's say I want to add another role for this user. How will I do that? So for all the users below block level, you can add multiple roles to them. As you can see, for this block, there's only one SHG level user that we have created. This is a fresh entry. I'll go here in the list. I'll click on edit button, this icon under action. And I will see all the details of this user. So you can see the login ID and username are here. Login ID and username you cannot edit, but the mobile number. Hello, somebody is trying to speak, I think. Yeah. So for the user secondary mobile number and email ID and the primary mobile number, these are editable fields. Further, if you want to edit, let's say the CBO mapping of this particular user, you will be able to reassign a CBO also. So I have selected this user. Here you can see the user that we had created was for Bihar, Gopalganj, Bijapur, and the GP that was given was this one, Ayapur, and the VO that was given was dummy VO, Majharia, and the 4 SHGs that we had assigned to. Now, if I want to, let's say, remap SHGs, I want to remove an SHG from this user, I can just click on this SHG. If Ganga SHG needs to be removed from this user, and I will then move it to my left by clicking on the left arrow. So here, before there were 4 SHGs, now there are only 3 SHGs. So this is for reassignment of roles. Once I do this, I can just click on update and my user details will be updated. Another function that you can see here is, which I was talking about previously, is that you can add another role to this user.
I would request everyone to please mute.
This is the Vprp application. Since the role that we had assigned previously to this user was SHG CRP entitlement, I am going to then now assign this one VO CRP Vprp. So if I want to assign that one to this user, I will just click on OK, select those, click on OK, and these 2 roles are now assigned to this particular user. So I hope so far everything is clear. What we have done on this screen is we have reassigned the CBOs. We have added a role. Now further, after adding this role, I will have to assign a particular CBO to this user. So since we are talking about the VO level user, previously we had added a SHG level user role to this. Now it is a VO level user role. So only the information till VO is required. So I will again select a GP. I'm selecting the same GP. And let's say in the same GP, this user has to be given. There's some internet issue, I guess. Let me just try and select a different GP. So, as you can see, I've selected a GP here. For that particular GP, I can just select a VO now. I can transfer that VO from existing views to selected views, and I can click on update. So now this means that I've added a new role, which is VO CRP Vprp, and I've also assigned the CBO to that particular role. So I hope so far everything is clear. There are last 2 things that I would like to mention here are these 2 buttons. Another function that you can perform is to reset the password. I think we had a question regarding that also. So at block level, you can reset password for your SHG, VO or GP user. So if you want to reset the password, you can simply go here on the top of this update user module. You can click on reset, this blue tab, and you can just enter the new password you want to provide to this particular user. So I'm just entering a fresh password for this one. I'm re-entering that password to confirm. I will click on OK, and the password will be updated. Yeah. So user password reset successfully. If you want to, let's say, then delete either a role or the complete user, that is also possible. So in case you are taking away a role from that particular user, I had freshly added this particular role for this user. So I can just go, if I want to delete, I can click on this red button. I will be asked, I will be given a confirmation message. If I click on OK, my user will be deleted. Here, one thing to remember is that we are only deleting a role, not the entire user. It could be a case that your user is going to now perform only a single role.
Madam, no audio.
She unmute.
Yeah. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
So if you want to delete the user itself, you can just click on this red button on your top and you will be given a confirmation message. You can click on OK and you will be able to delete the entire user. I'll just repeat. I think I went on mute for a little while. I'll just repeat the previous step that I was talking about. So here I am creating only a single user role, not the entire user. So I can just click on this red button, this red icon, and I will be given a confirmation message. I can click on OK and my user will be deleted. This way I am I'm taking away one particular role from the user. I'm not deleting the entire user. If I click on this delete user button on the top, I'm deleting the entire user. So, Juhi, I think this I've covered everything. If there's anything, we can start the Q&A.
Sorry, Suchi, this is Santanu. Suchi?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So this user management part in our MCLF application is already there in the training environment, right?
Yeah.